On the 10th of January 2024, Alex Hormozi announced that he was about to become a billionaire.
My billion-dollar decision.
Not just yet, but an investment. The biggest investment of his life in the community platform Skool. That was his billion-dollar play. Just 2 weeks ago, Iman Gadzhi announced that he was about to become a billionaire.
I want to go 0 to a billion.
With the biggest investment of his life in the community platform Whop. So who will get to a billion first? Is there even room for both Whop and Skool? This is a tactical war of business. And in this video, I'm breaking down who will win. I'll let you know my opinion at the end. Before I start this video, comment down below Team Whop or Team Skool of who you think is going to win this race.
And listen, it's a massive race. Whoever wins this within 5 years will be a $100 billion company.
Okay, this video is going to be a complete breakdown of the whole marketing strategy of Whop and the whole marketing strategy of Skool. And we'll see who I think is going to get to a $1 billion valuation first with all the data. I'm going to go through Skool Games, the main marketing strategy that helped take off Skool, their organic flywheels. Then I'm going to break down for Whop, their attention ecosystem, and their current marketing strategy and marketplace. Before I start, I'm not biased. I've helped scale communities on Skool to have tens of thousands of members. Some of our clients have communities on Whop as well. So this is just purely their marketing strategies. So let's start with Skool. So on the 10th of January 2024, as I said, Alex Hormozi announced that he made the biggest investment of his life in Skool. Skool is owned by Sam Ovens. And if you don't know, Sam Ovens has been in the info and online education space for a long time. He created the company consulting.com and he's made millions of dollars in info. A few years ago, Sam Ovens completely disappeared from the online space, which left many people questioning where's he gone and what's he up to. He sold consulting.com and disappeared. And 2 years later,
I'm bad.
He came back. So he disappeared for a while, and while he was gone, he was building the platform Skool. Him disappearing for a couple years and coming back with the platform Skool made the launch have a lot of hype to it, just because he'd been gone for such a long time. So why did Hormozi decide to become the co-owner of Skool? Well, for Hormozi, it made a lot of sense. He has a massive personal brand with an audience of millions of people interested in either growing their business or starting a business. He has expertise in scaling companies with his company acquisition.com, where he manages a portfolio of many different businesses, and he has massive influence and authority in the online education market. Time and time again explaining how the education system is not really good for business, entrepreneurship, and this investment fits in really well with his personal narrative. So it fits with his business narrative and his personal narrative. So that's a perfect fit. The $1 billion question is, how can we dominate a market that doesn't know us with minimal costs? Now, the thing about Sam Ovens is he's used to the online education space. He created and birthed the online business space, which is high profit margins, online business, remote, work from anywhere, which went against all the whole narrative previously of starting a business, having high costs. So he almost created the info space. So he's still in that info mindset of wanting to start a software company this time, but still have low costs, high margins, and didn't want any big external investment or VC backing. So how could he be able to scale this business with low costs and be able to dominate? Well, the e-learning business is worth multiple billions, and the way that SaaS works is to create enterprise value. You need to maximize the amount of users on your platform, have strong monthly and annual recurring revenue, and then you're able to sell the company at a very high multiplier, 10 to 20x, where the usual business is more 2 to 5x. So this is where low-cost marketing comes into play. The first thing Skool implemented as soon as Alex Hormozi came on board is 2 main marketing strategies. The first one is the Skool Games. So what is the Skool Games? Well, the Skool Games was a way to gamify the process to be able to attract users to the platform. This is called a GAS, a gamified activation system. This is a strategy that uses competition and rewards to drive as many users as possible to actively use the software, making growth fun, fast, addictive, and being easily able to spread by word of mouth. This gamification is exactly what the president of Shopify did, and he explained it in this podcast with Hormozi a few years ago. And what Shopify did was have a build a business competition, where they gamify the process of starting a Shopify store and give you rewards and prizes if you started a Shopify website. You may also recognize these Shopify awards if you hit certain milestones, and this is great to incentivize users to grow and to use the platform. So what are the Skool Games? Well, this is a competition where the top performing communities on Skool, which is ranked by revenue and growth, get flown out to acquisition.com and attend a private mastermind with Hormozi. Now, why is this so smart? Well, what is the cost of bringing people to your headquarters? I mean, the cost of flights, but that's it. Where traditionally you dump millions into acquiring users, all you have to do is incentivize people to win and pay some flights to the winners to come out to your headquarters. The activation point here is Skool doesn't ask people to sign up. Instead, it challenges them to use the product, make money, and get rewarded. This serves as a filter for people that are willing to take action, and it drives users to the platform. So this in-person mastermind is a loyalty program in disguise. So winners get premium experiences, so they get close to Skool, Hormozi. They reinforce that trust and validation, emotional connection in the brand Skool, creating brand leverage. So winners are really proud and showcase their achievements. Just as I said with the Shopify Awards, you see many people promoting their award and showing that on social media. People are going to promote that they've won the Skool Games. So this creates brand ambassadors without people asking. This creates a really strong sense of achievement that people want to show off. For example, people have contacted us to work with us that have won the Skool Games, and they're very proud of that achievement because they can market themselves, which creates a lot of status because it positions Skool as a platform where people are recognized. So this gives them status. And this creates psychological framing where many people could actually succeed without the use of Skool, maybe use a different platform. But because Hormozi's audience has a lot of people that want to start a business, if they use Skool and start making their first money, they're going to relate that success to Skool as a platform, increasing a lot of loyalty. Next, they have the content engine. So Skool Games are designed to generate massive amount of content in just a few days. Why? Because just in a few days of that Skool Games event, they can record case studies, behind-the-scenes videos, documentary-style content, and actually all the people that join the Skool Games, they create their own content promoting Skool, promoting the Skool Games, because in return, they get leverage and status on their content. So the Skool Games is creating psychology at scale. However, the only problem with this content engine is that there's no central hub for Skool's content itself. It's always the users or other people creating content, promoting them. And this comes on to the second strategy, which is the organic flywheel. So Skool doesn't run actively any ads or create any of their own content. I mean, they started ads when they first promoted Skool, but right now they don't run any promotions. So how do they acquire traffic and users to their platform? Well, there's several ways that they do. First, as I said, is other users and creators creating content about Skool, which brings in more users to the platform. The most powerful thing they've done by far is create an incredibly leveraged affiliate system where you get 40% of monthly recurring revenue forever if you refer someone. If you're familiar with the software Go High Level, this is exactly what they implemented to grow at such a fast, rapid rate, is a very strong affiliate and referral system. So this incentivizes you to refer as many people as possible to get that referral and bring in users. So this means many people create tutorials about how to use Skool, how to make money on Skool. Why? Because in return, if they promote the platform and get people to start communities, they're going to get that 40% referral forever. So this in turn means that many people want to start a Skool community. There's free tutorials online. This means that 54% of people who start a Skool community make their first dollar online, because there's so much free content out there of how to create a good Skool community and make money from it. This whole product is engineered for organic expansion, which is exactly what you want to do if you want to scale at no cost. You don't need programming skills, you don't need design skills. It's an all-in-one solution with a built-in landing page, which makes it simple for anyone to be able to start making money. So again, the affiliate program is so great because it turns creators into marketers. They have a financial incentive to promote Skool. Every new affiliate becomes a new traffic source without Skool spending any money upfront. What's the result of this? The website traffic has more than doubled, hitting 20 million visits in February 2025. Skool just crossed 200,000 members inside the platform, and the number of active Skool communities went from 1,000 to over 20,000 active communities in a span of a few years. However, as I said, Skool doesn't control any of the brand narrative. The socials are controlled by other people who want to create content to be able to gather affiliate money, which means that there's no centralized creation of content from Skool itself, which is a negative point because they do not have power and control over the content produced. The community is the one creating content about Skool. This creates a really big issue because a lot of misinformation can be spread, and as you can see, there's a lot of content which does not really help Skool. Saying that the design is awful, the platform feels scammy, free communities are sales groups, and this is exactly the weak spot that Iman and Whop have leveraged to their favor. Now, I've made a video breaking down something that Iman has said, which is Iman is never the first player in any game. He always sees what works and copies it. Why? Because being the first player is actually quite a disadvantage. Because if you're the second, third player, you can learn from the mistakes of the first player, replicate what they've done good, and remove what they've done bad. And that's exactly what Whop have done. Iman partnered up with Whop because of his brand power, media dominance, and cultural relevance. And Whop's marketing comes in two different forms. First is the attention ecosystem. So Iman Gadzhi made his school official a couple weeks ago, but he's been working on this behind the scenes for a very long time. Me and my co-founder had heard inside sources talking about this partnership, so we've been waiting for quite a while, a few months now, for this to be official. But before Iman even stepped in, Whop had already put in place a full brand content system, which I'm about to break down. So Whop has a full content ecosystem of YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and this is actually Whop's content. So they own all this content. And this was all created by the head of social, Austin, and the head of marketing, Brett. Let me explain to you the ecosystem that they've built. They've built an attention ecosystem, which is a multi-layer brand system, and it's designed to capture, then nurture, and then convert attention into revenue. So the very first layer is being able to attract people to the ecosystem. So capturing attention. This comes from discovery platforms, YouTube, like this, Instagram, Twitter, to get people get attracted to the ecosystem. The second layer is nurturing that attention, which could be an email list, a private community. And then the third and final is the conversion mechanism, turning all that attention into revenue. So let's break down Whop's attention ecosystem. The first layer, so how do you even enter the ecosystem in the first place, is a Twitter strategy where they share success stories of people that have made money through the platform updates, so mentioning new features, improvements, and money-making opportunities, so showing new ways you can make money through the platform. Next is their Instagram strategy, where they have founder-led reels. So this is showing the behind the scenes of building Whop and then building in public. And then is trailer reels, so cinematic short-form edits, teasing their YouTube videos to drive traffic from short form to their YouTube long form, where their YouTube strategy is reality-style documentaries, where the team goes and interviews some really big people in the space, which builds emotional connection and relates these big figures that already have followers to the platform Whop. So they position Whop as not just a tool, but as part of the identity of these creators. And YouTube here doesn't just act as the discovery, but also building trust, making it the most powerful part of the entry layer. So next, the attention pools. So what they do is they nurture those relationships without relying on ads or external platforms. Because from YouTube, from Instagram, they bring people to the Whop platform, where you're going to be nurtured with the Whop University, which has free calls and free resources to learn about Whop, and then strong email marketing, capturing those people that sign up and sending them emails to keep them nurtured and to drive that relationship. And then the third and final layer, the conversion mechanism, where attention is turned into revenue. Whop takes 3% of commission on sales, and they actually have their own payment processor. Why is this so great? Well, the traditional payment processors like Stripe have a lot of negative stigma when it comes to info in the info product world. So creating their own ecosystem or processing is so important because people in the space are going to want to use it just for the processor. This embedded monetization adds another layer of stickiness to the platform. Now, taking inspiration from Skool, Whop launched the Whop Challenge, which is if you hit $3,000 in 30 days, you get many different prizes, including a mastermind at the Whop HQ and your own Times Square billboard. They took what worked from Skool and integrated it, and what didn't work so well and rejected it. What Whop have done is created a whole ecosystem around their main ecosystem, which is leveraging Iman Gadzhi to talk about Whop on all his platforms, leveraging people like Eddie Cumberbatch to talk about Whop on all his platforms, and having the team, Austin, Brett, and Nick, create centralized content for the Whop platform, which is lacking in Skool strategy, which is a major flaw. And all of this goes back to Whop's main strategy, where instead of depending on one single brand account, Whop is creating a decentralized attention network, which increases traffic volume, increases quality of traffic, and compounds on itself. Now, who's going to win this billion-dollar war, Skool or Whop? Well, Whop right now is going more on the offensive, investing a lot of money and resources into growing fast and having ownership over their own content. While Skool is relying a lot more on word of mouth, affiliates, and I'd say having less features, but relying heavily on word of mouth organic. So in terms of profitability, I think Skool has got the head start. But in terms of market share, I think that Whop is taking over quite rapidly, especially by owning their own content ecosystem. So right now, I'd say that Whop has more power just in terms of the content marketing. I'm not talking about product here, I'm talking about marketing alone. But in the upcoming months, let's see if Skool makes any changes to their marketing strategy. Maybe going harder on content, maybe having more partnerships, maybe releasing more features and relying a bit less on organic word of mouth alone. Comment in the description if you're Team Whop or Team Skool. By the way, if you want your own attention ecosystem and you want to work with us one-on-one, then there's a link in the description for that. Thank you for watching this full breakdown, and see you next video.